heard this true example from a pretty well-known 60s comedian, Stan Freberg, talking about theater of the mind, and theater of the mind equals engagement. Okay, so we already touched on this, so I'll try to be fairly quick about it. You can either record the ad, and again, it's very cheap to make a radio commercial. You don't need costumes, you don't need a set, you don't need to fly to, South Africa to the flower fields, the tulip fields. Um, right. Very cheap. Or you get the live DJ read, which is kind of, depending on how enthusiastic they are, can be very, very useful. And I'm just going to underline a lot of podcasts are doing that. The hosts are cool with it, and it's lucrative for them. So I'm actually, what are we going to do here? I think I want you to hear more creative, more radio creative. So let's just go to this site and see. I don't think you're going to hear the audio because the audio playing on the internet won't play. You can only can hear my voice, I think is how it works. But here are the some annual 2022 creative awards. So yeah, the industry agencies, radio ad agencies that do radio. Almost every ad agency does radio. You don't have specialist agencies that only do radio like you do without a home. Just that isn't how it works with this medium. So, all these ad agencies, small ones, big ones, local advertisers, national advertisers that do radio, and then the companies that own the radio stations and the creative people in radio all get together and they submit what they think are their best radio ads, and then they're judged by this panel of, I guess, experts, and then they give awards called the Mercury Awards, and it's named after the Mercury Theater, which was the name of Orson Welles' acting troupe that did radio. They're the ones that did War of the Worlds, okay, the famous War of the Worlds, which, if you don't know, was broadcast in the 30s. I think it was 39. And they basically um, they were did a make made a, it was like a live broadcast of an invasion by Mars. Okay. And they had all these locations they went to, and people could see the spaceships and the lasers, and people are dying. And supposedly it scared people. A lot of people believed it and left their houses in New Jersey. And so it was quite a ruckus. It got a lot of publicity. Orson Welles, I think at one point said he did it because there was so much BS, so much disinformation on the radio. Sound familiar? In those days, people saying things that weren't true and people believing it. Doesn't it sound familiar a little bit? That he wanted to make a point. And just because it's on the radio doesn't mean it's true. Anyway, that's why it's called the Mercury Awards. It's after the Mercury Theater. So I we've got Old Spice, Go RVing. Uh, there's a bunch of Old Spice. Old Spice tends to win awards. People like the creative. Um, so I want you to play some of these. Guess I'm just going to ask you to, please. Play two or three of them. They're not very long, 60 seconds or whatever it is. And enjoy hearing some good radio. And ask yourself, are they using theater of the mind? Are they using sound effects? Are they using, punchy words that make your mind think of visuals, etc., etc., etc.? And I'm going to stop here.